Welcome to the video on installing a Linux VM in Proxmox. And for our example today, we're going to be installing Kali Linux. To install Kali Linux is going to be very similar to the way we install the Windows VMs. You want to highlight the node, which is PVE. Then we go over on the upper right to create VM. And now we want to name it. And since this is going to be Kali Linux, I'm just going to keep this real simple and just name it Kali. And then we'll go to the operating system. So for storage is going to be local. We'll hit the drop down for the ISO. And this is just the standard Kali Linux, not Kali Purple. So we'll select that ISO. We select the type, which is Linux, and the kernel is going to auto-populate, so we'll just keep that. And then we'll go to System. So under System, we're pretty much going to keep this with the defaults as we look. I will go ahead and select the QEMU agent. That just makes it a little enhances the user experience some. Then we'll go to disk. Once again, on size of the disk, I'm going to give all my VMs 100 gigabytes. It's up to you. With Kali and Kali Purple, you may want to have at least 100 gigabytes, but you could be saving logs and creating some different files. So just keep it at 100 gigabytes if you have the space. If not, you could get by with a lot less. Next is CPU. I'm just going to bounce that up to 2 core. And for memory, I'm going to give it 4 gigabytes. And once again, that depends on how much memory you have on your Proxmox server. But at a minimum of 2, like I said, I'm going to get mine 4. For network, we're not going to make any changes here for now. We will do networking later. So the bridge is VMBR0, and we're using the Virtuo Paravirtualize adapter. So if we hit next, we're just going to confirm all of our settings. Everything looks good. What I will do is go back and disable the firewall. I saw the firewall was enabled. Just going to disable that because in the future, what we will do is we're going to install pfSense and we'll use pfSense as the firewall. Now we're ready to confirm everything. We'll hit finish. And now we are complete. So it should show up here in a second. Once it's ready to go, now there it is. What we can do is right click and hit start. Then just like we did with Windows, is we can make sure that it is highlighted, and then we go to console to drop down and we'll hit no VNC. And this should look familiar if you've installed Kali before. We're just going with the graphical install. And now this process will be just like the process we did when we installed Kali Linux in previous labs. I will pretty much stick with the defaults. I'm not going to change anything specifically. I'm going to keep the host name as Kali. Leave the domain blank. Full name for the user. I'm just going to type Elliot. And that will also be the username for the account. Once again, this is consistent with the Mr. Robot scenario. And give it a password. Confirm the password. For now, I'm just keeping, like I said, the defaults of the time zones, Eastern. I will sync the time on all the machines once we get the network set up. We'll hit continue, just keep the default, which will use the entire disk. And we just want one partition. And we can finish partitioning. Now this, we want to go ahead and select yes on this. Now the installation will begin. All right, once again, I'm just using the default values. If you're an experienced Linux user, you could choose whatever option that you're comfortable with. Now it's going to install the software, so I will pause the video while this installs. Okay, so we want to select yes on the grub loader, hit continue, and then we will have to highlight the drive and then hit continue again. And it will complete the installation. And I'll go ahead and pause the video once more. All right, so it's finished the installation, so we can select continue. Now it's restarting. Now it's complete, so we can go ahead and log in with the username and password that we created when we installed it. And we're in. So we can go ahead, unlike with the Windows machine, we don't need to install any additional drivers. Let's see if we can ping Google. We can. So at that point, I'll go ahead and run IPA. We get our IP address, 192.168.0.89. Don't worry about the IP address or anything like that because we will set up networking later. So this completes the Kali Linux installation. Just repeat the exact same process for Kali Purple. I'm not going to make an additional video for any of the other Linux machines. So just follow the same sequence. And in the next video, we will install the Windows Server 2025 version. And it's going to be very similar to how we installed Windows 11.